Welcome back to the Renovating Retirement Podcast, where you'll learn how the retirement planning industry has been lying to you, how to spot those lies immediately, and how to protect yourself against the retirement heathen that run this industry. I'm Charlie Jewett.
And I'm Bobby Alford.
And together we've been crushing the lies of the joker brokers with the truth about retirement for years. And you probably want to stay tuned because, oh no, we think we're about to have another episode.
And welcome back to another episode of Renovating Retirement. My name is Bobby Alford. He's Charlie Jewett. And we are going to talk about today what you may have been experiencing for the last couple months in this market, which is where there's losses, there's stake. Sorry, I just still love the title.
Watch out, vegans. Watch out, vegans. This is not a vegan episode. Where there are losses, there's stake. Matter of fact, if your advisor's a vegan, and when the market goes down, he calls you up and says, "Hey, I've been thinking about you. I want to take you out for a salad or a big bowl of lentils and curry." Well, same idea, right?
Same idea. Exactly. So I'm going to toss this up to Charlie. But basically, Charlie, what does where there's losses, there's stake mean to you?
Well, there's lots of laws in the universe, gravity. And since my dad's a physicist, I should know more than that one. But that's the one I know. Gravity, things get pulled towards the center of the earth, right? There's lots of laws. And there's got to be other ones. They're slipping in my mind. I'm a math guy. Stop it. I'm a math guy. But this law, there seems to be a law of the universe that when the market goes down, your joker broker advisor wants to play golf or wants to meet you. The relationship becomes really important all of a sudden. Oh, my goodness. Wait, the market's down. I should reach out to the Joneses. I should reach out to the Smiths and give them a little bit more of the juice, baby. Lay it on thick, blah, 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 right? Because they got you with the blah, blah, blah. Risk with a side of fees is the answer to everything. When the market's going up, there's no reason really to talk, right?
Nope, you're happy.
You call in your babysitter for your money. Hey, how the kids doing? How's my money? And they're like, it's happy. It's reproducing. It's a little young to be reproducing, but that's what we want from this money. There's no rules here. Teenagers, different story, right? Wait, please. With money? No. Immediately start to reproduce, right? So is it reproducing? Are they having babies? Are you playing the Barry White music and getting it going? The joker broker goes, yeah, baby. Hey, bow, chicka, bow, wow. And then the money's growing. And then all of a sudden, the market, right? Since none of this has to do with the joker brokers anyway. We talk about it all the time. All the evidence proves that if you don't use the joker brokers, you'd make more money just buying the index. That's why Warren Buffett's.
That's his instructions to his wife if he passes away. Just use the index.
Don't you think he'd know? Warren Buffett would know about the rock star company, Edward Morgan Lynch or whatever, like which group of advisors is beating the market, or at least which one person takes client money at that, at normal levels and invests it and beats the market. And I think he'd tell his wife, like, please work with Jerry or Sherry. Let's be respectful of both genders or all genders.
Yep.
Jerry, Sherry, and Schmerry. I don't know what to do for the others. Jerry and Sherry, right? Yep. Jerry and Sherry advisors. Welcome to Jerry and Sherry show. I'm not thinking of Chip and Dale. Sorry. So you say, what am I talking about? Warren Buffett. You think he'd tell her, go work for this, go work with this person if they really know what they're doing. But we're talking about this law of the universe that seems to be all of a sudden your advisor wants to talk to you when the market's down. Well, why do you think that's going on? Just really, you're smart, listeners. You're very, very smart. Nobody who's not smart loves this show because we don't maybe they just like the entertainment when I get crazy and stop talking about the topic and make burping sounds or whatever it is, But intelligent people, from what we can tell, listen to the show and hopefully get smarter about this one area that we know.
Yep.
Why is this happening? Why do you think this is happening? Well, this is the weakness. It's not like a small weakness. Hey, unlimited upside potential over here. Oh, it's amazing, right? Liquidity. Get in and out whenever you want to, pretty much. Unless it's an IRA, it has restrictions from the IRS, but not from the joker broker. That sounds awesome, right? Put in as much as you want. No limitations on contributions, like some of the tax-free strategies, right?
Yep.
Or tax-deferred strategies. Man, that's awesome, right? Are there any downsides? There's one. How do you all the money you saved for 5 years could disappear in 3 months if the market adjusts. But losses are the pain of losses is overrated. Don't pay attention to that. There's an answer to everything. Just wait. Don't move your money. Just wait. Don't move your money.
Just wait it out. Wait it out. Like, what do they say? They say, hey, haven't talked to you in a while. Would love to take you out for steak or a salad if you're vegan or any connection. Let me take you out for tea time. What's important to you? going back to my old life, like we used to talk about sales in the only time price ever matters, the only time fees ever matter is in the absence of value. And so immediately a joker broker is going to call up and be like, hey, the market's down, but I'm adding value. Remember how I brought your kids a graduation gift, or I sent you that box of cigars in your wedding? All Charlie and I ever do is we say, hey, not how does the relationship work? How do you feel when you play golf with Sally and Jim or whoever the joker brokers are? What matters is what value are they bringing and what does the math say? In the absence of value, they're not getting you returns, they're losing. The S&P, as we talked about right before this, the S&P is down 15%. It was down even further, almost 20% earlier this month. Now, well, this is June now, so last month. But what that says is, hey, the market's going down. We didn't do a good job of controlling the risk. I need to call up Charlie and say, hey, man, remember that time we played golf in Miami and had a great time? Oh, weren't those the times? Now they're reestablishing connection and rapport. And now there's a face and potentially a family associated with your retirement account. All that really matters is that your family is connected to your retirement account, not the joker broker's family. And that's where Charlie and I say all the time is it comes down to what does the math say? And I know I go on a little rant there, but that to me is the wrong use of sales skills when they're trying to keep their pockets full and not using it to help you, the client, the end user. The only time the losses matter and the only time that you're going to get a call unprompted, raise your hand if you got one in the last 45 days or 2 months. The only time those calls happen is when there's losses and they want to reestablish a connection. Maybe like Charlie said, the market's been going up for 10 years. You might not even have talked to your guy in 5 years. It might not be an annual review like we do. It might be simply that it's going up. Joe Schmo doesn't care about his portfolio because it's going up, so I don't need to make that call. Oh, man, but now the market's down. What do I do, Charlie? I got to call. I got to take him out for tea time. Boss, I'm going to be out playing 18 holes a day for the next month.
Right? And it's like marketing is not wrong. We love marketing. We have another podcast called the Target Practice Podcast for Insurance Agents where we teach marketing, right? I love marketing. I love sales. I believe that sales as an industry, I think there's bad salespeople, but I believe that sales is the art of helping people to see what they should do, creating clarity, helping see if they should make a change or not and what that change is. And then the difficult part, helping them to make that change, which is more of a pastoral or leadership role, and that's there's some psychology involved with getting people to do something other than they're doing. People don't want to move. They don't want to change. The devil I know. It's like, This is the safe place. Well, people don't want to change until they're hurting, experiencing a ton of displeasure, or they sense an incredible
and that's why they're going to reach out to their clients right now, because people who look at the market know they're hurting right now. So
don't leave.
Yeah, just don't leave. Stay the course.
Right?
Stay the course. Well, what if I want to retire in 6 months? What am I going to do? Am I going to be able to pull my money out? Oh, just stay the course. So what am I using this retirement fund for if not to live off of? Oh, just stay the course. Give me more money. Keep invested. Clearly, I get a little heated around this.
I was going to say, like you said, I apologize for going on a rant. Our listeners want rants. I've been ranting for years. It's the only reason people come to this show.
Honestly, what we say on the other podcast, Target Practice, a lot, and this is two people in the industry, is everyone needs an ethical salesperson in their life. It's to help them see obstacles, help explain and educate, not to shoehorn them into something that is not the best for them. So that's something I definitely get heated about, because I have seen it time and time again in various industries. But ethical salespeople, marketing, sales, all the things that we love needs to be used for a good purpose. Right. And to keep someone invested in the market when they're nearing or in retirement and keeping their risk with a side of fees, that is not ethical for the client.
Yeah. That could be the Edward Morgan Lynch sales manual. It's if you play the course, they will stay the course. About how to take your clients out for golf and steak when the market's down, right? If you play the course, they will stay the course. Yep. Here's what's crazy. Stay the course is a really interesting phrase. Actually, I'm glad that you said it, because that is the mantra. I mean, we're literally talking about a technology that is 30, 40, 50 years old. So your cell phone, any technology that we're talking about here, computers, cars. I've been looking at RVs. The difference between an RV from 2021, let's say 2022, and the 70s or the 80s is ridiculous, right? They're all like teal green and everything's a horrible wood. It looks like it's full of termites. It's all kind of like that bleh, earth. Well, earth colors can be nice, but not that kind of earth.
Yeah.
It's like weird, dirty. Earth is dirty. That's the definition of dirt, right? Big ball dirt. But the technology in everything has been upgraded, except I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because it makes the sellers a lot of money. But if the technology in your retirement plan is still literally what it was in the 70s and 80s, spread it around amongst things that could go up or down, and then hope they go up. Man, Bobby, it's time for an upgrade. Come on, download the latest update. Like no losses, no taxes, not spread it around to just different securities, none of which are secure. Spread it around to different growth vehicles, different strategies, because the stay the course is almost blasphemous. In our world, we don't say stay the course. We buy something, and when there's something better, leave and go to the other one. Refinance, not stay the course.
Yeah, I just had a mental image of Thelma and Louise heading toward the Grand Canyon. Stay the course. Stay the course.
Stay the course. Just don't stay the course, right? You try to steer away from the Grand Canyon and somebody shows up with drinks and golf and steak. No, go ahead, stay. Before you go in the canyon, I'm going to jump out. It's your retirement, not mine. But just stay on track until you pay the next toll.
Exactly. And, ultimately, we use this a lot in different, but it's not technology, but it comes back to the same idea. Are you still seeing your pediatrician? Right? Are you still going to that doctor for your potential cancer scare? No, of course not. You're going to a doctor with other specialties. And that is like following the advice from the 80s and 70s, stay the course, stay in the market. It's going to be amazing. We're still going to use that mentality in today's last 2 decades, right? This century has been very different than the previous couple of centuries. And so when you look at what we do now, we change our technology. I mean, hell, I have a phone that's 18 months old. It feels ancient.
What? 18 months?
Yeah. And new computers every 2 years. I mean, there's so many advancements. Like I use a crypto scalping bot. Like that's crazy to people. It's a technology. I don't say everybody should use it, but that's something that we implement or I implement. And it's not for everyone, but you should at least know what's out there. And that's really
I have the same face. I still have the same face. Somebody told me to get the Botox update. I'm like, well, what's the Botox update?
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
You try to talk to me. Like, put a little in here, take a little out of here, and you look 20 years younger. I want to look 6.
And ultimately, it comes down to you need someone to give you a second opinion. Now, what we do all the time at info@renovatingretirement.com, we start dialogues with clients. We call it good news or good news. You're either going to have everything perfect and you've invested, and you have real estate, and you have different vehicles for your portfolio, or you have everything in your life in one 401k and it's, quote, diversified, right? And you just hope that you don't need to pull it out when the market's going down. Because Lord have mercy.
Exactly. I actually think it's not a bad analogy or metaphor or whatever it is. Remember we were trying to figure this out one time in Arizona? We're like, what's a metaphor? What's this? What's a similar metaphor? A synonym? What's that food? Vegemite or whatever. Vegemite. Who was it? Lucille Ball or somebody used to talk about that. Some food. But is your retirement plan on the toll road? Are you going to play toll? Are you paying tolls and taxes? That someone takes money out every month or every year so that I can get this set of characteristics. Mm-hmm. Is it worth it? I mean, I live in an area where there's this toll road that always pops up, the 73, and I'm like, I'm not taking that. If I ignore my GPS, it reroutes me and it's like 4 minutes more. I'm like, I'm not paying that stupid toll. And then somehow I accidentally go on the road and get a thing in the mail that says I'm a bad guy and I have to go online and pay. But we don't really want to pay tolls, but people have become very used to this one. That's a 50-year-old strategy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Got to get the update. And how do you do that? Email us, info@renovatingretirement.com, info@renovatingretirement.com. You fall into one of two categories. You as a person, as an investor, either don't have any of these strategies we're talking about, where you have protection against their downsides, tax-free everything, tax-free growth, tax-free distributions, which you can't call income because the guys will choke on their fettuccine. All the compliance guys will choke on their fettuccine. You can't call it income, so it's distributions to pay your bills. The same thing, stream of money coming out, right? Tax-free. When you die, it's tax-free. So all those goodies, the alternatives, you either don't have any of them, and we can review the portfolio you have or help you see more clearly than you've ever seen in your life. You should know what you have at all times and what you could have if you left. That's what you should know at all times, okay? When I'm in my car and I'm driving, I have a windshield and I can see. And if I start to see that the road is going that way and my car is going this way and the trees are getting closer and closer and people are honking at me, I go, oh, crudzilla, I'm about to hit a tree. I'm going to crash. And I correct it. And I go, well, I could have this. And I get back on the straight, right? Yep. If you have interest rates in the 7s on your house and then rates go down to 2 and 3 like they were months ago, what could I have? This high, terrible payment and pay way too much over 30 years, or I could drop it down and save $400 or $500 a month. That's what I could have. You have a spouse who hits you in the head with a hammer 9 times a night. And you go, I don't know if I like that, right? Yep. You go, I could have a nice person. I have a friend who doesn't hit people with hammers. I could have that, right? You go to, and there's a menu. You could have this thing, or you could have this thing, the steak or the vegan meal, right? Those are choices. You want to see perfectly clearly what you have right now, including questions you haven't thought of. Like, wait a minute. If this works, Bobby, if this thing called grow your money, build a nest egg, save for retirement really works in my current strategy with my Joker broker who says I'm going to make gazillions if I just keep paying for his golf lessons, his Tesla and Lamborghini, right? Is that accurate Lamborghini?
That is, yeah. That's perfectly the sound of a Lamborghini.
That was pretty close. I worked on that for months alone in my chamber here, chamber of sounds. It's dangerous. This is like Game of Thrones. Welcome back to 3rd season of Chamber of Sounds.
Chamber of Sounds with Charlie Jewett.
Bobby Ferrari. So, what was I talking about?
Paying the unnecessary fees for the Joker brokers, Tesla and Lamborghini.
Right. If it actually works, thank God it came back to me. If it actually works, then ask some important questions like, when I go to retire, what will my income be? How do I know? Because trust me, use this time, or take this advice from me. Use this time while the market's down to ask your Joker broker or your financial advisor some questions. Hey, what does this change for me? In which year I can retire, or how much income I'll get in retirement? Because what's going to happen is if you ask questions, you're going to hear what they say to every question is, I don't know.
Yep.
I can't tell you that. We're not really doing planning here. Well, I'm doing planning as the advisor is what your bad guy's going to say, because I know what income I'm getting off your portfolio, and therefore what I can spend on Teslas and golf and steak.
They won't say that.
They're doing planning.
It'll be implied.
Right. It is the fact that you don't know what you're getting that pays for my lifestyle, because I know what I'm getting, 1% of your account or 0.5% of your account or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And even though I'm getting paid less when the market goes down, what I want to do is make sure you don't leave. I'm talking as if I'm a Joker broker.
Yep.
Ask the questions. This little blip in the market, the fact that I just lost 15% or whatever it is, it's down 15%. What's it mean for me? Like, when can I retire now? You're going to hear them say, I don't know. Okay, let's pretend I retired today. What would the income be that I could take and know that I'm going to get it forever? You'll hear them say, either they're going to say, I don't know, or they're going to give you a number around 4% of your account, which is a lie.
Yep.
It's outdated. Or they're going to give you a number around 2.8% of your account. And if you calculate your account times 2.8, you're going to be like, I can never retire with this strategy. Exactly. You have a strategy. You have a problem, which is an income problem. One day I don't want to work and I won't get paid, so I need an income. You have an income problem, and you are using a strategy that does not do income well.
Yeah.
Hello?
If you hear 4%, if you hear I don't know, if you hear I can't really talk about that because of compliance, like, those are not just red flags, those are bonfires. Those are holy mackerel. If you don't know when I can retire, what the hell chance do I have? And
if you don't know, how are you guiding me? How are you my leader? By the way, you just created our next satirical company, Red Flag Financial. So we now have Edward Morgan Lynch. We've got Red Flag Financial. We've got the Joker Brokers, right?
Yep.
Welcome back to Red Flag Financial, where we don't know anything, or you don't know anything because we don't know anything, right?
But trust us with your money.
Right? But pay the fees. It's a toll road to nowhere, right? So you're either in that camp where you don't have what we suggest and what we've gone out and found works. By the way, I carry the licenses to get paid as a Joker broker. You could do that if you want to pay me to give you. Well, here's the problem. I'm not going to take you out to steak. That's the problem. I'm not going to take you to golf. I'm not going to take you out to steak. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to keep telling you every month we shouldn't be over here. You can pay me my fee. It's a toll. You should get off the toll road because the free road has less cops, no speed limit. They give you free drinks. Like everything's better on the free road. Anyway,
And so, and actually to add another point to that is ultimately you have had 12 years of amazing growth. Most likely you have experienced the ups of the market for the last 12 years. And now is a great time to have the conversation Charlie just talked about. If they can't answer those questions, you have red flags, you have bonfires, you have flare guns going off. But additionally, like Charlie says, the licenses are there. He has all those. We do all those kind of complete portfolio management. But at the same time, why not lock in your gains to something that you know? I've just had 12 years of growth and I want to retire in the next couple of years. Nobody knows what that looks like. Why not guarantee some sort of income in retirement that you actually can plan on? That's something we do. That's something we review. That at info@renovatingretirement.com, we start that conversation. And I swear, every time we have a conversation, work with us or not, everyone gets a roadmap to say, hey, this is what your current plan looks like. And it's not meant to scare you. It's meant to show you. Because sometimes, hell yeah, I got so much going on. I'm going to go buy a house. But other times it's like, what do you mean 2.8% is generous? What do you mean? I don't know what taxes are going to be in 10 years, but if they stay the same, I'm still dealing with this. So there's a lot of questions that a lot of brokers, a lot of people cannot answer. And at a minimum, getting that roadmap of what my current plan shows will beat the crap out of any other Edward Morgan Lynch, Stanley Jones guy. Or girl.
We can teach you how to do it or we can do it for you. Yep. So get in touch. Email us at info@renovatingretirement.com. We'll either teach you how to use the 5 Lives of Retirement test with your broker, or if you want, Bobby can do what I used to do and jump on the phone with you, pretend to be that loving family friend. Just say, hey, I just reviewing my friend's portfolio and just had some questions. I know a few things. One of my friends has a financial podcast, whatever. He'll just say, I have some questions.
Yep.
Can I ask a few questions about some stuff that's important? And you can watch Bobby do it right in front of you. So you're either in that camp where you don't have anything that we would suggest as better than risk with a side of fees, or you already own insurance, like the cash value life insurance, right? Set up properly, or maybe not properly. You already own cash value life insurance. Let's just say whole life or universal life, or you own some sort of an annuity that doesn't have any losses. Fixed annuity is fine, but if you have an indexed annuity, we are currently going through my entire book of business and refinancing all of the people that I gave what was best 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago to the upgraded, better technology now. We're not using technology from the 70s. I'm not even using technology from the teens, right? From 2012, 13, and 14, we're replacing those. So if you already own something, let us review it. There's no cost to that. info@renovatingretirement.com. You get the whole team working for you.
Yep.
It's good news or good news. We're either going to pat you on the back, say what you have is perfect, or you're going to have an incredible experience, and we're going to say you can have something better, and it doesn't cost you anything to move it over. Other than that, I don't have any strong opinions on the subject.
Right? Yeah, and these were my rants as well this week. So I look forward to more conversation. We're going to be talking about the shifting market. We're going to be talking about the different risks that we're now in. I mean, like we said, it's June of 2022 right now, and we have a new market. We have a new landscape in front of us. And we're going to talk about ways that those risks can be mitigated or at least dealt with if you can't do something because you're locked into somewhere else. So these are conversations we will have with you, and absolutely we enjoy those. Charlie has gotten to a point now where he's taught me, and I run the company. So the team we are building, you're going to have a lot of people that we can help you with all the way across the board. And those people may be the ones to talk to you first, but I will be right behind them, looking over their work and ensuring that you get the results you're looking for. I look forward to talking with you. And other than that, I got no strong opinions, right, Charlie?
Exactly.
All right, have a great one. Bye.
Next time.
Thanks so much for listening to Renovating Retirement. We hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have time, please subscribe to the podcast and consider rating and reviewing the show. That will help others find us. And for show notes, resources mentioned, and to connect, head on over to renovatingretirement.com. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you next time on Renovating Retirement.